Hey, Tabatha.
Hey, Sharilyn.
What are we doing today?
Today, we are bringing in the fall season by wrapping up August.
All right, grab a beverage and let's get booking with the besties.
You get that beverage back in that hand. You think just because you talked about it on Tuesday, you get to skip talking about it again on Friday?
Same drink, different day. I have in my hand a pumpkin cream cold brew.
Yes, you
Pumpkin
do.
cold foam cold brew.
That's
pumpkin
the one.
cream cold foam cold brew.
One of those is it.
Happy pumpkin spice season.
And I have a pumpkin chai. Cheers.
All right.
If you are new to our wrap-ups, we have did not like, loved, and then our favorite book. So, any books that you didn't like?
No, actually, all of my books hit this year.
This entire year, I am so happy for you.
I almost said it this week. It was gonna be wrong either way.
Oh, you overcorrected.
I way overcorrected. Most of my books this year have hit, actually. It's been a good reading year.
It's gonna be really hard to pick the best ones.
Oh, I don't even want to think about it. But yeah, August. In the month of August, all of the books I read hit.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I do have one DNF.
You know, that's not bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not bad at all. One DNF / didn't like, and that's A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping. This isn't by any means a bad book. Cozy is so hard for me. I don't always love cozy. I think the only ones that I've really liked were The Spell Shop and Legends and Lattes. Those are the only two that have worked for me. Oh, well, and the first book of this one, which this is like standalone sequel. A Witch's Guide to, nope, that's this book. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I also really liked that one. So I was a little bit more hopeful for this, but I wasn't vibing, and that's okay. That happens sometimes. Any books you liked?
Yes, I have a couple that I liked. So the first one is Volume 1 of 20th Century Boys. I just had a really great time reading manga again. It made me so happy. It was like warm and fuzzy because that was my childhood. And so to be back in this just format, I was just like having a grand old time with like a, horror manga. But the first book actually isn't that horrific yet.
Yeah, no.
So it was very much like introductory, kind of setting the scene, laying the groundwork, and I had a really good time with it. So I'm gonna keep going. I am continuing already. So that was really good. Here, you can have that. And the other book I really liked, this one, I'm putting it in this really liked category because for most of the book, like I was having a really good time, but it was still just kind of like, I don't know, it was, I'm not mad at it. Don't come for me. I already know what some of y'all are gonna say, and I just need you to not. But anyway, it's The Will of Many by James Islington, and it was really good. I did really like it. There are a lot of elements that I enjoyed and thought were done really well, and the world building, the magic system, the setting, the academic setting, a lot of elements within that academic setting, a lot of the character relationships. Maybe I put this in the wrong category. I'm actually like, this was a really good book. But then the ending, just like above and beyond. So never mind. I skipped into the loved. I should put this back down. I think I more than liked this book.
She liked it more than a friend.
Steady. I liked it more than a friend. So
you're like, wait, I love this and this and this. Oh, whoops.
So we're just. It was great. It was a great time. What's wrong with me? Yeah, so we're nothing if not chaotic. So anyway, I really liked, but I have a hard time actually saying I loved this book. So maybe I only did like it. We're having relationship issues, it's complicated. No. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't enough to love it. I don't know why this is so difficult for me. I have commitment issues, clearly. That's how we got here. But yeah, there were a lot of really good things about it. And I did give it 4 stars, but there was something, I don't know, that falling in love feeling just wasn't there yet, okay? So this poor book is just going through the ringer. We're back to, we might be just friends after all, I don't know. we'll see. But I'm very excited for book 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, where this leaves off, where we could go. Yes. So anyway, what did you like this month?
So actually, most of mine are going to be in the loved category.
Shocking.
Yeah. Well, it was just such a good month. So like, I really like these books that are in the like section, obviously, or
Really
they would
like?
be.
Really like?
Really like.
You really
yeah,
like
I
them?
really
Yeah.
like them. Okay, so first is Goth Gold Hollow. This is a Warhammer horror novel. This one has a sorceress who is a little bit under the thumb of her dad because her mom died and he's kind of been a bit overprotective of her. And then there's this creature that is murdering people in town and she wants to investigate it and she wants to figure out what's going on. And he's like trying to be overprotective for her. And she's like, bro, I am literally a sorceress. Get off. And so, and it's got like a really cool magic system where to get magic, she has to like carve into herself. So like there's only so much magic she can do. So it was really, really enjoyable.
You know, it's interesting. I was realizing that Heartless Hunter does the same thing.
Yeah.
As I was reading, I was like, these are very different stories.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, cool. Anyway.
And then next, I have The Ghostwriter. This is, I guess, a little bit lower in the liked section. I did like it still, but not like really liked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. We need a middle. Liked, really liked, loved, weird. Anyway.
But this one, we're following a journalist who does a lot of ghostwriting. She wants to be a little bit less known because her dad is a major horror / thriller author. And so she wants to be a little bit less known. Her dad has also been accused, but not like fully, like not legally, just like everyone thinks that he murdered his siblings as a child. And so, yeah. And she is working on, she gets assigned to ghostwrite a memoir for him. And they're estranged. She doesn't really talk to him anymore. So she meets with him and she starts investigating this to see what happened. She doesn't believe at all that he could have done it, but she's not believing it either. She doesn't like turn away that possibility.
Oh, okay.
So it's definitely more on the mystery side. If you are into mysteries more than thrillers, this might be something that would be good to pick up, you know, and it's very, very pretty.
Yeah, geez.
Very pretty. It's a good one. I'm not gonna like get rid of it or anything because I think it would be a good one to like have for guests, like when they visit. And,
Go on.
so like I have Scott's mom who loves murder mysteries and I have my grandma who loves murder mysteries. So this is like a good one to like just kind of have on hand.
For house guests.
For house guests. Is that not a thing?
I don't have house guests. I don't want people staying at my house.
Mood. I get it. And then the last one, have a little thing there so I don't forget, is Gallant. Gallant is a novella from Janny Wirtz, and we got the ARC for the audiobook. And so I was just gonna like test the audio and like make sure it was working with how it was sent. And then I was like, I guess I'm here now. So I listened to that whole thing and it was so good. It was a nice like prequel to the series. I haven't started the series. I think I'm gonna actually read it again after reading book 1.
Yeah.
Because I think I could get even more out of it, you know? Because it's got like setup for things that, because I'm a publication order person. Even if it's a prequel, I'll read it when it was published so that I can get what the audience would have expected. But because we had the ARC, I wanted to read it immediately. And it was really, really good. A nice love story, a nice insight into the world, and there's a character you see that I am sure, like beyond a doubt, is going to be a big deal in this series. The end is super trippy, so it'll be really cool to see how that happens. And yeah, just really a really good, heartwarming in some ways / bittersweet love story.
Okay.
All right, that is all the liked / really liked books. What's on your loved category?
So my loved books that I'm not conflicted on whether I loved them because I know for a fact that I did love them. It's not complicated. You're in a relationship. No, I'm just kidding. They gave me their jackets. It's official. First was By Blood, by Salt by J.L. Odom, the winner of Spiffbo 10 this year, and an indie novel. I have book 2 that will not get read. Just can't commit to things on here and then it, you know, dies. Yeah. So anyway, it was beautiful. I loved it so much. It was so good. It's a military fantasy set in a desert empire, and our main character is marginalized. He's mistreated. He's very much like bottom level of society, but he has made himself valuable so that he, you know, stays alive. It'd be like that sometimes, but he's so clever in the way he's literally, to stay alive, he has to like be thinking 5 steps ahead of everyone else. He has to be coming up with all the options, constantly be strategizing. And so just who he is as a character is just, he's so good. And what this story, there's a lot of political tension as well in this story, and with some of the characters, and it's just so beautiful. I loved it so much.
That's awesome.
Yes. See, I'm not struggling here. Like, I loved this book.
That's commitment.
Yes.
That's a soulmate.
Yes. Yeah, no, this was fantastic. This was great. I love it. So excited for the second book, which is sitting on my bookshelf, calling to me. Anyway, and then the other book that I finished and loved was Demon in White by Christopher Rocchio, Sun Eater #3. Oh my gosh. The amount of stuff that happens in this chonker, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I like, just everything coming back to me as I think about it. I'm like, I can't say anything, but if you've read the book, you know what happens. It's so good. So I'm gonna need you to get there really quick.
I'm trying.
No, this is my favorite so far, for sure.
I mean, you can tell by the way you've talked about it.
Yeah, I can't say anything. But it's so good. The continued world building, universe building, the stuff that we go through. Stuff and things, guys.
The cakes.
Stuffing things. Oh, the cake. Oh my gosh, yes. Hadrian Marlowe is such a melodramatic motherfucker. But no, his melodrama is growing on me so much. At this point, I'm just like, you goober, you. Never mind the billions murdered later on. That's what murder.
Besides the point.
That's beside the point. No, him and his melodrama just cracks me up at this point. Like, the number of times this man references his cape or his long dark hair or his violet eyes, and like, sir, you are in love with yourself. But no, he's fantastic. And even the audiobook narrator does a really good job of just conveying these like extra dramatic moments.
I love that.
Where like it'll be the end of a chapter or something, and it'll be like dun dun, like you can feel it in the way he says it. It cracks me up. I love it so much. Because I'm over here like, Hadrian, and it's, you know, life or death situation. I'm like, buddy. But no, it's so good. It's fantastic. I really definitely loved it.
That's awesome.
Yes. It's a really big stack you got down there.
Me too. Listen, it was a good reading month, okay?
I'm happy for you.
It was a very good reading month with a lot of books that I loved. Okay, let's get into those. So I'm just gonna go in this random stack order. So we have
2 of these books go together.
Oh, they do. Yeah, let's
put those
have
together.
a little bit of organization. Okay, fine. So 20th Century Boys, I've now read volumes 1 and 2, and I love them. They were very, very good. They're very much the event happens when they're kids, and then they come back as adults in volume 1. And then it starts veering off. They're more focused, way more focused on their adulthood, starting in volume 2. I'm only on volume 3 and like barely in that, so I don't know if that continues. But basically, what can we say?
Apocalypse, cults.
Apocalypse, cults, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that turn of the century where, you know, where everyone thought the world was going to end when all the clocks had to tick over to 2000. It's like very much playing off that.
And then all of the adults are struggling with different things as well. So like the main guy,
the characters as adults.
Yeah.
Yes.
So they've got their own struggles. So like he's taking care of his sister's kid and running a grocery store with his mom.
Oh my gosh, it's my favorite thing to watch this man just like run all over the place with a kid strapped to his back.
Yes.
It's so funny.
And so he's trying to like take care of her and take care of the family. And then each of his friends have their own situations going on. And then a character is introduced in here that I love so much. He's so cool. He's just like he's like one of those cool guys that also is deep, you know?
Yeah.
Like he's cool and he feels very anime in the sense that there's always like a character that's like very chivalrous, but also like has like some deep reasons why. And so he's got that element going on. And I think it's a crime that these are not in an anime because it would be so popular. It's such a good story to be adapted into an anime that it is criminal behavior. And I'm very sad about it because so many people would love it. Okay, moving on. Then we have Mercy, Tears of the Fallen. This took me a minute to finish because it is very complex. The world is a lot to get into. And so one of the reasons I love that so much is it was so different than anything I've read before. It's really, you are sinking or you're swimming in this series, or this book. I assume the whole series too. And it takes you a good like 20-30% to where you're finally like understanding what's happening.
Yeah, where you're finally like treading water and not just gulping it down.
Yeah. And then it just feels so rewarding because of that. And it makes you feel smarter. And I like that Chance made us feel smarter. Okay? And so yeah, this was really, really good. I'm not gonna tell you anything about it because yeah, like we just said, it takes you like 20-30% to realize that. And I want you to go into it with that same experience of knowing nothing.
The thing you should know about it though is that it does not hold your hand. You you just have to trust Chance and just let him lead you through the book. You're not going to know everything. You're not going to put it all together. Literally like a third of the way through is when you're finally like, okay, I think I have a grasp on some things, but you're still not going to know, and you just have to trust. You just have to go.
And then just expect a lot of grief.
Yes, there's a lot of... the Chance puts you through the ringer in this book. Jesus Christ. Yeah, but it's... I haven't finished it yet, but it's pretty good.
It is very good. Yeah. Okay, so next we have Interview with the Vampire. This was super, super cool. Very much a frame narrative. We're following another melodramatic as fuck character who...
Why does this keep happening?
Who's telling his story about how he became a vampire, briefly how he became a vampire, and then his life after that. He's really talking a lot about another vampire, Lestat, who is just a chaotic mess of, I was gonna say person, but he's a vampire.
Vampires are people too.
Yeah. But yeah, this is super, super well written, really interesting characters and wild events. There's lots of discussions on the nature of time and how that affects you and how it affects the world, and how too much time can be a problem, but also neglect. There's conversations around that. And then just what it means to be a human. Very, very good. The next one, this says, "Hey Paul," if you didn't know that. And that's related to the movie of American Psycho, which I will say, the movie is actually a really, really good adaptation for this. The dialogue is all one for one. You will find it in this book. This I really, really loved. I love the movie. There are really hard parts to read, because of how graphic it gets. But other than that, the satire is fantastic. The conversations about misogyny and the conversations about how people treat women, people treat poor people, and people treat, homelessness is also a really big one in here. And then AIDS, because this is set in the 80s during the epidemic. And even like when I was a kid, I remember people making like so many AIDS jokes, and that's done a lot in here as like a conversational point. So there's lots of really excellent conversations in this book. You just have to like understand that there's also a lot of really, really graphic violent scenes, because we've got a character who is in a financial setting. He basically like works at Wall Street. It literally says on Wall. Why didn't I say basically? works by day on Wall Street. And then so he works on Wall Street. He's around all of these people who are in very, very privileged positions, and they just talk about food, they talk about clothes. If you've watched the movie or read the book, you know about the business cards. And this guy gets way in his head about every little thing. And he's also, one thing I forgot to mention in the weekly wrap-up, is he's also just, you know, the type of people who think they know a lot. And they sound like they know a lot. But then if you do any amount of digging, they don't know anything. Him. This character. He's very much like that.
Interesting.
And so, like, just one example is he has a painting of a famous artist on his wall. And someone comes in and says, that's upside down. So, like, he wants to look and be perceived as a wealthy individual. He wants to be perceived, and he is a wealthy individual. He wants to be perceived as someone with taste, someone with class. But he doesn't actually know what he's talking about.
Okay.
And so he'll just quote reviews all the time. So, like,
hilarious.
he won't make, he won't make any opinion for himself. He'll just quote reviews. And then he also will accept, this is the 80s, he will also accept anything Donald Trump says as 100% fact and
That's hilarious.
the best opinion possible.
Wow.
So, like, in one specific scene, they're like, oh, but Donald Trump loved it. And he was like, actually, you're right. So I am wrong, and that is actually the most delicious thing I've ever had in my life. And so it's really interesting. Or, like, he'll see a review that'll go directly against, like, one of the food opinions that he has, and he's like, you know what? I'm wrong. Completely, like, without check at all, he will go with the like, New York, as long as it's, like, the New York Times review, or, like, one of those, like, really specific ones. So much so, and it goes for everything that he loves. And so, like, so much so that there's, like, 2 chapters on music, and, like, it reads like it's a review and, like, it's like a historical piece on that music. So it's really, really interesting to see how his brain is functioning in that way. Very interesting. Has hilarious moments and also has gag-inducing moments. So enter at your own risk. 2 more in the loved category, 3-ish actually, kind of, because this is 2 books.
That's right.
This is An Autumn War and The Price of Spring. Together, The Price of War. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I love this quartet. It's definitely going to be in my top 10. I would say I like book 3 a smidge more. Like, now that it's settled, book 3 a smidge more. But it is really nice to see how everything concludes in book 4 too. So this is just a fantastic series. It's very politically driven. It's very slow burn.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, slow burn. But slow burn in a way, I feel like slow burn has such a negative connotation, but it's really, really well executed.
Like, it just takes its time.
Yeah.
It's not fast-paced or whatever. Yeah.
It's got such an interesting magic system that would never want to be real. And some really, really scary moments because of that. But yeah, this is such a good series. The writing in here is divine. This is some of my favorite prose that I've read. I love this style. And then what else do I say about this? Oh yeah. You're following the journey of 2 people, basically, as they are from children to old men with, like, 15 years in between each book. There we go. We got there eventually.
I was like, I don't even remember anything about this right now.
Yeah, there we go. Very, very, very good. Very much love this one. And it was hard for a lot of these not to put them as the favorite. So I don't know where that's going to end up on the end of the year, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's very high. And then last in the love section, I got the pretty new Illumicrate editions today. So this is
of the Farseer trilogy.
Of the Farseer trilogy, yes. This is Assassin's Quest, and this is the 3rd book in the Farseer trilogy. There's a lot of alone time in this one. There's a lot of... This one is the most slow-paced of the 3, in my opinion. Especially since there's a good chunk of it where Fitz is by him. Why did I do that? Why would I go nails first into the pages? There's a lot of time where our main character is spending time alone, and what I love so much about the series is those moments that he has with other people, and then he has like so much empathy with them, and then he also reflects on whatever the conversations are that he has with them. So that's why it was like a little bit lesser for me than the other 2 books, but the ending is also so fast. It's wild, it's trippy, but it's super fast. So that also didn't help. It's so cool. Anyways, let me just admire this for a second. But you also get like a lot of time with the animal companion. It's still really, really excellent, and I can definitely see why people would have it as their favorite of the 3. It's still extremely high quality. Her prose, unbelievable. Her characters, unbelievable. It's just the plot was a little too spaced out for me for like a good chunk of the book. Other than that, very good one. Now, for favorites. Oh, I forgot I had another book. I've been yapping away for a while, so do you want to get to your favorite?
Okay. My favorite book of this month was easily The Lions of Alrasan by Gabrielle Kay. I loved this book so much. It's so beautiful. It's a standalone, so it's the whole story in a single book, which is
Rare.
Crazy because we read so many series. I'm just like, wow, that was amazing. But it's got a political storyline. We have a empire of like city-states that there's a lot of tension in between. And it's an empire that used to be Alrasan. So it's an interesting point in the timeline where this like politically takes place, because it used to be a united empire and now it's separate city-states, and there are different kings, warring petty kings who are at each other's throats. So there's a lot of politics on that regard. But the people that we're following are kind of from all over and end up smushed together, and seeing them as people individually and then seeing them in relationship with each other and the way friendships and relationships build, seeing their motivations play out, and it's so beautiful. I will absolutely read this again one day, because it's just so good to see. Kind of, it is a bit of when people just kind of like set various differences aside and they're like, we're on the same journey together, and we're doing what we can with what we've got. And so it's a very, very beautiful look into each of these people and how they go together. And I just love so many of the characters and the relationships, and the world building is top notch. The world is just beautiful in my mind. And I'm like, as soon as I finished this book, I was like, no, take me back. Like, I'll start again right now. Like, it's just so beautiful being in this space. And, the ending for sure is immaculate, but the whole story is just like beautiful is over and over the best word that I can use for it. And I top notch. There's a reason this is like one of the #1 standalones in fantasy. Just over and over, I'm like, it's so beautiful. I love these characters. There are multiple favorite characters in this story, and just, I want to go back. Take me back. So yes, this was definitely my favorite. Easy, hands down, 10 of 10, 5 stars. Can't wait to read more. Gabrielle Kay. It was just beautiful.
Excellent.
Thank you. What was your favorite of the month?
I'm glad you asked. My favorite was also a clear favorite. I was like worried because I was like, so many of these are 5 stars. And if you're on our Goodreads or Fable, you've probably seen, which are linked below, by the way, you've probably seen just like so many 5 stars from me lately. And that's just because I've read so many good books. I've read so many good books.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah. I'm like, people are going to think that I just give 5 stars to everything. And right now, I guess so.
It's a good book.
Yeah. But Royal Assassin is just S tier. So unbelievably good. We get so much more of the relationship with Fitz. This is book 2 in the Farseers trilogy. So we just went over book 3. Book 2 is my favorite. And it's just so It's so good. I just remember reading the first book and Sharilyn was like, oh, just wait until book 2. It gets better. And I was like, can it? This is already a 5-star. And then I immediately started and I was like, okay, apparently it can. The relationships just get so much deeper and Fitz just becomes so much more empathetic to other people. So in like book 1, he's got a lot of loneliness. Book 2, he's empathizing with people who are lonely. We also see a bad version of leadership and we see good versions of leadership. We see him developing relationships, developing feelings for people. We see him making all sorts of connections, and then just really coming into his own a good bit. And so I just love this one so much. He's just a little guy. Love him. Yeah, so that's my favorite.
What a good month.
What a great month. We had a great reading month. It was excellent.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Let us know what your favorite book of the month was.
And if you're not feeling chatty, you can leave us a little lion emoji for the Lions of Alverson.
That's perfect.
I know, it's a cute little face.
All right, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.